essentially today we're going to talk about marketing, and I know that some of you are business owners, some of you are involved with nonprofits, even with the city, or some public service. So we all need marketing in our lives. I think marketing is a skill that is a linchpin for everything we do. I want to ask you if you remember that camera. All right, okay, I'm not gonna guess your age, okay? I'm gonna keep it between us, but this was my first time I got involved with cameras. I used to spend my summertime playing soccer outside, and my dad was, you need a summer job, so he put me with a local photographer filming weddings. So I would carry that heavy thing on my shoulder and film weddings with it. What struck me about this is that time is a very elusive, like it's always running away from us. But once you capture it, it kind of stands still. And there's so much power in that. Like it's so powerful to capture something and make time stand still. And so that was my first experience with cameras. And then my career took an upward turn. I was living in Dubai, and I climbed the ladder to become GM of big agencies, advertising agencies, work with big brands like American Express, Shell, Unilever, McDonald's. And then I won a lot of creative awards. I spoke on big stages, and I've been also on national television multiple times. So until I decided to, during COVID, to pivot my career and move to the US to pursue a master's degree in information systems. And so we started Peros Lab in 2023, and right now we're very grateful. We have served more than 14 clients in the past region. So we had 14 clients, and our team has grown to 6 people right now. So we're very blessed to have experienced that rapid growth. And this comes from one thing and one thing only, which is, I believe it's our philosophy, our approach to marketing that is very novel, that very different from all the digital marketing that you see out there. And so I want to explain to you a little bit about how we think, how we approach marketing. So I'm sure that the people in the back is hard for you to see, but what this graph shows is that in any given market, only 3% are ready to buy right now. Like if you're selling whatever you're selling, there's only 3% of the market that are ready to purchase right now. The 97% are either problem unaware, they don't know that they have a problem, they don't know there is a solution for the problem, or they are actually researching. They are in that phase where they're looking for information, right? This is the majority of the people. And so a lot of marketeers just focus on the 3%. But the 3%, there are sharks in the market who can outspend you in advertising, price you as well. So that's the power. I mean, when you are advertising for the 3%, you're missing out on the 97%. Another key insight, and that's, the proof is in the pudding. We are all here because we believe that people work with those they know, like, and trust. What we do with the Chamber of Commerce, when we connect with people, people like to do with those they know, like, and trust. And so my question was, how can we replicate that online? The problem with word of mouth is that it's not scalable. So it's not predictable. One day you get a lot of referrals, another month you don't get many referrals. And so we need more predictability in terms of word of mouth, and people are spending 2.5 hours every day on social media. So there's statistics that the average person is spending 2.5 hours every single day on one of these 6 platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. I said Instagram too. A lot of business owners that I work with are obsessed with Google, right? So all they care about, how can I rank #1 on Google? I don't discount that. It's very important for your business to rank #1 on Google. But YouTube is the second largest search engine. So people are actually going to YouTube to search for information. And what do they find? You or your competitor? So it's very important for us to not discount YouTube as a main search engine for information. So we came up with this formula for success in business. And we are very proud. I call it the magic formula. Any business, you need two things, and it's like two legs of that chair, right? So you need one leg, which is a steady stream of qualified leads. What is a lead? A lead is someone raising their hand saying, I'm interested in what you're selling. That's a lead. Someone who's interested, someone who walks into your store, someone who says, I want to have a conversation, I want to have a call with you. That's a lead. But the lead alone does not work. We tried it. If you have a lot of leads without brand authority, you attract a lot of window shoppers. I was talking to a friend of mine who has a pest control business, and he said, I get so many people calling me from Yelp and from Google, and they're just window shoppers. They're just seeking the cheapest price. Why? Because there's no brand authority. There's no enough people they know, like, and trust them. And so if you combine the two, we build brand authority and we generate leads, we have sales success. And not only that, you can charge higher prices when you have brand authority. Because, you know, if I get to know someone, like someone, trust someone, I don't mind if they have an extra charge on me, or their price is a little bit more than the market, because there's a trust factor there. And so this is our North Star. This is how everything we do focused on that direction, how we can generate leads and how we can build brand authority. Now, how we can generate leads? So leads can be generated with a lot of variety of ways. In my space, I'm more focused on the digital side of things. So what we focus on is search engine optimization. This is the Google side of things, and there's always paid and organic. So you can pay Google money for Google to list your business on top, or you can optimize it, optimize your website with keywords and stuff like that to make the ranking go up naturally. Social media is also a source of leads. So if you're putting content on Instagram and Facebook and all of that, you might get people in the DM saying, oh, about that post, how can I get in touch? So you can get leads from social media this way. You can advertise on social media as well. You can do webinars and master classes. You need to educate your customers, kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm giving a presentation, offering free value in exchange that you get to know, like, and hopefully trust me with your business. You can do lead nurture with email. So if you have an email list of your past customers, you can send a newsletter, keep engaging them, giving them more value, and that also could generate leads. You could also do cold outreach, which is cold calling and cold email. We don't recommend that, but it's part of the equation. You can attend networking events like we are here, and we can do other advertising, usually like outdoor and radio, which are a little bit expensive, but these are also ways to generate leads. So that's the first leg of that chair, and the second is building brand authority. Now, I'm sure a lot of you here, they already have brand authority between each other. Like right now, you know, I know, for example, Nancy. Nancy, a lot of people know her. A lot of people like her, a lot of people trust her. But the thing is, how can we take Nancy into the online space? How can I make, instead of 50, 100 people in the room who knows her and like her and trust her, how can I make 1,000 people do that? Well, the only way is to take her online, to take her to social media, because that opens up a wide array of people to get in touch with that person. And the best way to do it is with video. Video is the absolute best way to bring a person to thousands of people at scale. Now, if I ask you in your industry, who is the guru? Who is someone that you perceive as the expert in your field? Well, most likely, I'm gonna get a name that you have experienced through your screen. I've learned about this guy through a screen. He appeared in video in my feed. And so when you start putting videos out there of yourself, of your business, of your personal brand, you become perceived as the expert in whatever industry you're in. And that is what we are trying to achieve here. And the way we do it is we invested in a state-of-the-art studio here in Banning. And Oleg, I had the pleasure of welcoming him to the studio. I know Key here as well. We recorded something together as well with Key. So we have this studio that is, it costs us a lot of money. My wife calls it a money pit. So what we did is we brought the best cameras right now available, the best lighting, the best microphones, the best decor behind you. And we have 2 sets. So we can record very high quality videos. Because the higher the quality of the video, the more you are perceived as the expert, as the authority in your field. And so we record different types of videos, right? So there's the video podcast. Who here listens to podcasts? All right, so a lot of people listen to podcasts. Now, the trend right now is video podcasts. So it's a video-first podcast. Long gone are the times where it's only audio. Now we want to see the person as they are talking. And then a lot of us, when we are on social media, we see these clips from the podcast, like this short clip that is capturing like this beautiful moment of that episode. And so those clips are also very, very, very important. So we do this type of content. We also do another type, which is the talking head. Talking head, basically you're looking straight at the camera. We have a machine called a teleprompter. The teleprompter is basically the script or the text that you're saying is appearing in front of you on the camera. So you're not looking at your notes, you're not looking elsewhere, you're straight at the camera and you're talking, you're presenting your business. This is very good for people like when they go to your website, it's very nice to see a video of you as the business owner or the authority welcoming people into your website. We call this video sales letter. Basically, you're presenting your business and you're putting a face to the name. A lot of these websites are stock photos, a lot of text. Nobody likes that. So now the trend is to have a video introducing your guests with video. And then finally, if you are an expert in an area, you can package that knowledge and sell it as a course. And this is a great way to provide passive income. So you're an expert in insurance. Well, you can create a course about California insurance and then package that in a course and sell it for $500, $50, whatever you want to sell it for. So this is an example of our studio. So this is basically one set, and this is like the main one here. And then this is how we clip it. So these are 2 of our clients that we have worked with before. And then this is the talking head. So you notice the difference. The first one, they are looking at the podcast. So this is the podcast style where they're having a conversation. It's very natural. Where this one, I'm looking here at the camera, straight at the camera, reading from a teleprompter. So these are the 2 types of videos that we create. Now, I know what you're thinking. A lot of people have tried creating videos themselves. They took up their phone and they start talking on the phone, and I know how frustrating that is. And I've been there. I tried that. And it's so frustrating, and there's a lot of, and then you tend to give up because of, you feel that you're mumbling your words, you feel that you're struggling with the editing, the video is not nice. We have a ton of insecurities about ourselves. I used to hate how I sound, I used to hate how I look, all of that. But just know that these are all myth. These are all imposter syndrome. These are all, you are your biggest self-critic. And it's so vital for people to share, for people to see who you are, for you to share your gift with the world, and for you to leave a legacy. Because again, video is documenting your journey as you're documenting your, I think there's a nice saying that I recently heard is that we have moral obligation to share our gift with the world. It's not even a choice. We should always strive to share what we have. So there's a lot of myths around videos. I want you to think about them as myth and work on yourself. And with our help, we have everything from script writing to coaching to everything you need to be able to present yourself in the best way possible on video and scale your influence in the market. We built a program, a 6-month program that takes every business owner on month-by-month basis on how they can build their influence online. So the first month, we will record your video sales letter, and we record ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. And this will allow us to generate leads from social media. The second month, we record a podcast to establish your authority as an expert in the area. And then we run the ads on the third month, and then we do a podcast number 2, and so on and so forth. But we have this program that basically with this, you can completely outsource your marketing department to us, where we take over everything. Search engine optimization, social media management. So you don't need to hire a marketing person, you can completely outsource that. Kind of like with the IT systems, there's a lot of IT companies where you can outsource your IT. The same model here. And that's it. That's all I have to share. I would love to have one-to-one with you if you want to explore this more, if you want to talk about your business and how we can work together potentially, or just chat. I'm always happy to share whatever I know about all of that. So thank you so much for having me once again. Any more questions? Go ahead.
Have you noticed a fluctuation in SEO with the AI coming out and people using AI as a search engine now? Have you seen an SEO fluctuate from Google to AI?
Right, so he's asking if SEO stands for search engine optimization. He's asking now with the introduction of ChatGPT and AI tools, are we going to see a different, because people are using these tools to search for companies. So people will go, instead of going to Google, they're going to ChatGPT to search for what is the best plumber in my city. And then ChatGPT has to, so I've looked into this. So what happens is that so far, all what ChatGPT is doing is basically run a search online. So it's running a Google search, perhaps maybe a Bing search if you're using ChatGPT because they're affiliated with Microsoft. So right now, the consensus in the marketing world is that it's still an SEO. It's still like ChatGPT is running a search. So if you're optimized on these platforms on Google, you should also be picked up by ChatGPT. So this is basically, but definitely it's a market disruptor. Definitely, absolutely. AI is definitely a disruptor in the market, especially in that space. Thank you. Thank you. We build landing pages. So what we call them landing pages and not a website. The difference is that a website has menu, has like about us, our services, contact us, etc. And there was a study by MIT that says the more links you put on your website, the more churn. Churn stands for people opting out, people's like quitting, basically, or closing the website. So if you put a lot of links on your website, people are gonna close it more. You're basically losing customers by more links. And so the trend right now is that for every service that you have, or for every, or maybe sometimes one landing page for that service or for that customer profile. If you're talking to lawyers, you have a landing page that says, lawyers, here's my offer for you. And that is a landing page, which is a one-pager that explains your offer and asks for an action, right? So it basically holds the hand of the customer and tell the customer exactly what the next step is. And when that happens, usually we get higher conversion rate. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.